Hello, and welcome to my booktube channel. You probably saw the video and thought, well, what is this? What is going on here? It says channel reintroduction. Is he just gonna talk with his hands now and Joe Spokes, no more face? Are we finally getting rid of that face? The answer is no. You're never getting rid of this face. So deal with it. Viewer, person, reader. But anyways, I just wanted to do this. I thought it was fun. Anyways, welcome to my booktube channel. Hey, stop that, okay? This video does not require an intro. This is the intro to the channel. Stop that, okay? Okay, now that you're here, ready? 3, that's a 2. Oh, fuck, I already messed this up. Okay, round 2. 3, 2, 1, snap. Hi, my name is Arish. I talk about books a lot, a ton. I read a ton. And I just started this channel because I wanted to find other people to talk about books with when at the time I started this channel, I didn't have as many people to talk about books with. This video should be brief, but I want to touch a couple of topics, so let's just get started. So my name is Arish. I go by Intro online most of the time. I am a late 20s accountant. That's just who I am and what I do. There's not much else to know about me. I mean, I love going to the gym. I love being active. I'm a big gamer as well. It's kind of hard having so many things you want to do and then trying to read and make videos on it, but I like to do it nonetheless. I'm somebody who's really, really jovial and I love banter. So you saw the intro of this thing, the dumbest shit ever, but I really want to do that. I find that fun. So I'm going to banter about books. I'm going to comedically shit on books or not shit on books. I'm going to very comedically, hopefully attempt to comedically talk about books with you guys, to you guys, and hopefully you enjoy what I say about it enough to try and read it. Who knows? I just like making jokes. I like having fun. I like banter. Banter's my love language, as I say. But if there's anything anybody else also wants to know about me, feel free to ask. That's a loaded question. So I mainly read. Okay, so let's split it up real quick. My bookshelf kind of shows what I read, right? Fantasy, manga, manhwa. Okay, those are the 3 disciplines or 3 mediums that I usually read in. Aggressive fantasy reader, not much of a sci-fi reader, more of just like a traditional fantasy, medieval, high magic, epic fantasy type reader. I love consuming manhwa as well, mostly on Webtoon and other websites that you can get them earlier instead of Webtoons, and manga. So I jump in and out of each of these mediums every single day. There's not a single day that I'm not reading, and if I haven't picked up a book that day, you can very well be assured that I've been scrolling through at least 10 chapters of a manhwa or various manhwa, whichever ones have their new episodes out. How did I get into reading? I've always been a reader since a very, very young age. I think it was because just the way I grew up, there was a bigger emphasis on reading in the household than there was gaming and being on like video games, the computer, or anything like that. I moved here from India, and so reading and speaking the language, English, because I guess technically I'm ESL, if you really think hard about it. But I think I read so much because I just really wanted to pick up the language. I enjoyed the stories. It was just something that I could do by myself because I didn't have a ton of friends to do things with. So reading was a very good solo activity. And my parents never had a problem with taking me to the public library to go get books. So it was just an easier thing to do. It was freer, right? Public library card, free to use, free to get books, return them, etc. So it was just the easiest thing for me to do at the time, and it just kind of steamrolled from there. Real quick, I just want to share the story because I always love it. In elementary school, if you were back in the archaic days of being in elementary school in the early 2000s, you had AR reading assignments. So it was like you had to read a book and then go onto the school computer and take an exam over it, and you get AR points. And everybody had to have a certain number of AR points every year. But if you got more than what was required, you got certain awards, etc. So you got like different tiers of awards all the way up to like AR Advanced Reader. or star reader, one of the two. So in my 4th grade, I read so many books that I got up to the star reader along with like 2 other people. Highlight of elementary school educational hours. He really did that shit. Fast forward to 5th grade, I was still looking. I had read so many high point books, high value books in 4th grade that I was scrounging the library to find more high value books. I found the Harry Potter series on the shelf, and I ended up just grabbing the thickest book there, Order of the Phoenix, and I started reading it. I did not fully realize the like, because at that point I'd read like Nancy Drew's, I'd read the Hardy Boards, I'd read things that didn't have to be read in chronological order. I didn't know what a series of books was, and this was 5th grade, so yeah, I was very late. But I didn't fully understand the concept of a series of books. So what happened was I read Order of the Phoenix, read that, got the points on that, and then I read Harry Potter out of order, whichever one had the highest AR value point all the way down, and I never actually read Chamber of Secrets. When I was going to, my friend and I just had a bet against each other to see who could score the highest on the AR exam without reading the book. We both got infractions because our teacher thought we were cheating because we were taking the test side by side, but we weren't actually trying to help each other. We were trying to beat each other, and we both failed the exam. So we both got infractions for that. And this was in the 5th grade. I was like 10, 11, 12, like double digits. I was definitely an adult by then. I for sure knew what I was doing, but it was really funny. So I love that story. It's just kind of like things like that got me into reading. So all of my manhwa and manga, I really just read online, on a computer, on a laptop, etc. For my traditional novels, I have a mix of a Kindle and just reading the books off my bookshelf or borrowing them from the public library. That's just my mix. So I got this Kindle in 2017 when I was going, in 2018, I believe, when I was going to my 2nd internship, and I wanted to take the train instead of driving there every day because it was like a 25-30 minute drive. So I ended up getting Kindle Unlimited for those 3 months because they were having that $1 deal or whatever. And I just consumed a monumental amount of books that summer. They were so bad. Those series were so bad. One day we actually have to talk about the series that I read from Kindle Unlimited. It was so bad. But anyways, that's how I got the Kindle. This is the exact Kindle that I've had since 2018, and it's now 2014. I have not gotten rid of it. I know there are more updated models out. I just don't have the heart in me to leave Thor my Kindle. He's gonna probably be with me until the day I die. And I don't know if I'll ever actually upgrade my Kindle. Because this guy's OG. He's been with me through everything, and he's gonna be with me through everything. And that's just how it's gonna happen. I used to have this policy of only buying books that I have read, that I want to have the physical copy of. I haven't read, but I will read. And not buying books for vanity purposes if I just want this on my bookshelf. I am slowly turning away from that because 1, I'm becoming more financially stable so I can afford to buy books. 2, I want to treat my bookshelf as somebody's shopping shelf. If they come to my home and they see a book on a bookshelf, even if I haven't read it yet, or if I have read it, they have an opportunity to take the book and read it for themselves. That's what I want to do. That's how I want to share my books. So I'm slowly getting into buying more books as well. Favorites, that's a heavy one, given that it's just finished 2024. Favorite authors, still Cindy Williams Chima. Favorite author, I think, is going to be PC Quaintrell. Besides that, I don't really have a favorite author. Like, I have a couple of, like, I definitely will read these authors. Andrea Stewart is one of them, who wrote the Drowning Empire series right there. Tim Fasciola is a must-read author. He drops a book, I get it type author. PC Quaintrell is one of those as well. I don't really have many favorite authors. I have a ton of favorite series, but I haven't gotten the chance to really say this author is my favorite besides Chima, and because I just have a whole shelf dedicated to her, and she's releasing more books and I'm running out of space. It's kind of a problem. And then favorite books, I made a video on it last year about my favorite series of all time, my favorite stories of all time. So honestly, you could just go watch that one. And then just save time in this video, really. I like setting expectations because I like failing them, oddly enough. But I started this channel because I wanted to find people to talk about books with and the books that I wanted to talk about. So I don't read a lot of traditionally published authors. I don't read a lot of popular authors. I don't read a lot of popular books. And to the detriment of trying to build a community online, it is harder to find people when you just talk about books that you read that go under the radar. But I think there's value in that. So my goal is to show you books that you have never seen before, to talk about authors that you may have never heard of, to talk about debut authors who are releasing their first book, and their first book could be an amazing 5-star read, as was Tim Fasciola's Eventual Realm last year. If I can convince one person who's watching my video to read that book, and then they can convince somebody else, and we have started a very small snowball to make sure that an author that is working day and night to bring you their story continues to be able to work day and night to bring you their story. That's kind of my goal here. And so it'll be a combination of review videos over specific books. It'll be a combination of top 10s, my favorites. Here are a certain number of recommendations that are in a bucket. It'll be a combination of, at some point, I would love to talk with authors on here for you guys, because I had an experience recently that I'll talk about in the next video, where I met a lot of people who are readers who are also trying to write their first novel. I'm not somebody who's gonna write a novel. It's not in my cards. My writing is dog shit. I don't know. I have no skill with that. But what I will say is I want to talk with authors because I really want to show people that if you haven't started your story, you should start your story. You know, I want to show people these debut authors, these indie authors who are self-published, aren't traditionally published, but are still getting their stories out there, still writing their stories. How do they write them? What obstacles did they face? All those things. So I want to do all of that. So in order to do that, I just need to make better videos. So the goal is to bring you better videos. And over time, hopefully I can just give you guys good enough videos, good enough quality, good enough banter, all these things. I 100% totally did not forget to record an ending to that video as I finished the video somehow. Anyways, so there it is. Welcome to the channel once again. If you're new here, check out one of the most recent videos. Those are better quality. You'll probably like them. And if you like what we're planning to do here, please consider joining. And as always, 100% feel free to talk about the books you like over here. 100% feel free. We do not turn readers away, but we will shit on them if you have bad opinions. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys later.